Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you are, remember you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another AB Daily News with your hockey coach, Guru Code Frenchy. Today, episode number 271 with your menu coach today. First of all, the ABS, the biggest test is next game about their character. Secondly, I want to talk about the Josh Anderson leadership. And finally, a quick preview game between the Montreal and the Pittsburgh Penguins. They play tonight in Pittsburgh. But before we start, we invite you, please don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the Canadian Show, and leave me comments about this episode. And let's dive in talk about my first subject of the day. My first subject of the day, guys, about the Montreal Canadiens. The big test is tonight about the character. What are you talking about? First of all, let's go back 24 hours. The Montreal Canadiens lost by the score at 8-4 against the Colorado Avalanche. They got dominated the first 24 minutes of this game by the score of 6-1. Then they come back the last 34 minutes of the game and they won by the score at 3-2. This is called a score effect. What is a score effect in hockey, guys? Is an opponent team will really dominate the game. They release the foot on the pedal and just take easy for the rest of the game. And this happening yesterday between the Montreal Canadiens. The Colorado completely dominate for the first half of this game. And then after that, they take easy. It was the Montreal Canadiens, their 7th straight loss, unfortunately for them. LEHKONEN back in Montreal. We welcome back ARTURI LEHKONEN. He has 2 goals. Unfortunately, he broken his finger. He needs a surgery, and he's going to be missing a couple of weeks with the Colorado Avalanche. Allen got removed after the 6th goal from the Colorado at the half of the game. Finally, Martin St-Louis was upset. And during the first intermission, he said it was embarrassing the way the Montreal play. He never see that team this year that way, and he have to go all the way last year to recognize that kind of team. And finally, it looked like the player pick it up better because they finished stronger for the rest of the game. Then I need to change a little bit the mindset of what's going on with the Montreal Canadiens. It's not about the winning anymore. It's about the character. It's how you build the culture, the intensity, and the standard. This is what the Montreal Canadiens have to do for the rest of the season. It's no matter win a game at this point. And I want to share with you what I'm talking about. The processes versus the outcome. It's the processes is really about how they play. The outcome is only the final score. And then the winning versus the moral. The moral is about the mindset. Could have a winning moral game, whatever you're losing 4-3, or look about the last couple of games Montreal played, New Jersey, Rangers, Carolina, Vegas. They may never win the game, but they make an effort. They was in the game. They compete every game. That's what I'm talking about. The moral of the game versus the winning game at the end. So what is more important now for the Montreal Canadiens? It's not fall and the losing straight. If they already lose 7 games, they need to consider what they built the last couple of games, what difficult, again, opponent team. They still have some kind of positivity behind the game because they know they compete until to the end and they make an effort as a team. And I think for me, this is really important point for the rest of the season. And the reason why I call this the biggest game of the year is because with the number of the game they lost right now, it's really important to come back with a better effort and compete and not get beat 6-0. They're still losing so far, and they still stay positive, enthusiastic. Another loss like that last night, I will hurt, I believe, their mindset. So it's really important for simplify the things tonight for Martin St-Louis and the players. Need to have a really good preparation about the game. Start really hard, and they cannot have a really flat first period like happening to the last couple of games. Secondly, finish the job. So finishing the job, guys, is forechecking, bad checking, block the shot, pay the price, play hard, compete, and effort. This is what we're looking for tonight against the Pittsburgh Penguins. And this is what I call this the biggest test for the Montreal Canadiens is tonight about the character. Whatever they have many injury, it's not an excuse. We want a team make an effort. We want a team show up tonight. And this is the reason why I call this way. So I would like to hear from you what you think about my first subject. And let's move on now, guys, for my second subject of the day. My second subject of the day, guys, about Josh Anderson, the leader. LEHKONEN compete last year. Whenever Montreal was losing, whatever the season was over, one thing you can always remember LEHKONEN, is the way he compete every game, and he have always pushing hard every game. There was his consistency game after game, since he wear the Montreal Canadiens logo in front of his chest. Secondly, Anderson does the same at this moment. We see a transformation of Josh Anderson in season 2022-2023. Let's go back to LEHKONEN. LEHKONEN is best in competitive environment. He is best when he playing with good players in the playoff environment, where his tenaciousness on the puck, his ability to produce scoring chance, and completely talented players is most valuable. This is what LEHKONEN is. Anderson is not all that similar to LEHKONEN in terms of playing style, but he is similar in terms of compete level and being a player who is the most valuable in the playoff series. You have some kind of similarity between LEHKONEN and Anderson. First of all, Anderson scored yesterday his 20th goal of the season. He did something not many can do. One Taze hurt Pitlick. Anderson turned around, he goes straight to confront David Taze. He did not hesitate. That shows leadership. He had 2 posts yesterday, create a lot of opportunity, a chance for the Montreal Canadiens, and prepare the goal of Mike Madison. This is what you get for Josh Anderson in the last 6 weeks with the Montreal Canadiens. He showed a lot of leadership inside of this group of the Montreal Canadiens. After the game, we said Anderson is a driver. He used tonight his speed, his size, and his strength. This is what we get with Josh Anderson right now with the Montreal Canadiens. But a lot of people ask him, why trade Anderson? Here, my statement about this. Like LEHKONEN, Anderson is unlikely to be this important a player when the Canadiens become competitive. And like LEHKONEN, he can bring back a player who will be. This is why the reason we should thinking about to trade Josh Anderson. Finally, the Canadiens are not that team and won't be for a while. But if Anderson continues to play this way until the end of the season, if he keep being competitive in an uncompetitive environment, it will put Hughes in a better position to convert him into a player who better align with a Canadian competitive window. And this is the reason why the Montreal traded LEHKONEN last year, and many teams will want LEHKONEN. I feel like if Josh Anderson finished strong with another 4, 5, 6 goals, compete every game, he continues to produce like he's doing for the last 2 months, I still believe possible that can use trade Josh Anderson during the summer to get something good in return. Now, I would like to ask you this. Do you keep Josh Anderson for the next 4 years at $5.5 million during the time Montreal is not going to compete, at least for the next 2 or 3 years? Is it a great time for Montreal Canadiens to trade Anderson, have something better in return, and to open up another $5.5 million on the salary cap? So leave me a comments about Josh Anderson, and let's finishing this video about my third subject of the day. My last one, guys, is very quickly. Montreal Canadiens play tonight against the Pittsburgh Penguins. We only know this. Montembeault is going to be between the pipe for the Montreal Canadiens, and we know he came in the game yesterday against Colorado after Jake Allen got removed after the 6th goal from the Avalanche. Pitlick got hurt, but he was in the plane with the Montreal Canadiens players. Finally, Barron did not play yesterday, but he was at the practice with a normal jersey. Possible Justin Barron return. And something nobody know, and they ask why Chris Whitman don't play a lot of minutes. Chris Whitman, guy, is not healthy. He played with an injury all year long. Remember, a couple of games ago, before Harris got knocked out, Whiteman was not supposed to play. He played right now with injuries. This is the kind of players that other teammate likes him and love him to be a part of the Montreal Canadiens. I know a lot of fans don't like his play, but right now that's what we have. And Chris Whiteman gave his heart for the Montreal Canadiens. And remember, I do all the play-by-play commentary for each game for the Montreal Canadiens, the 82 game on this season, 2022-2023. And this concludes, guys, my subject of the day. Here we go. Three different subjects. First of all, the big test for Montreal tonight against Pittsburgh, their character. How they going to bounce back after a really poor performance against the Colorado Avalanche. Secondly, the leadership of Josh Anderson. Is it good enough for maybe give a chance to Ken Hughes to trade him or not? Would you like to Montreal trade Josh Anderson? Finally, a quick preview of the game on Pittsburgh versus the Montreal Canadiens. And, of course, before we leave, we remind you, please don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey Show, leave me a comment about this episode, and, of course, remember, you have greatness inside of you, and I wish you an amazing, great, blessing day, everybody.